The judge now turns his attention to Diddy's case. If you guys forgot what just happened, the U.S. Attorney Emily Johnson said, I want to push back on the reading of the cases. In Dennis, the defendant was arguing that he couldn't be tried without infringing the First Amendment. The parties agreed. That was only about sufficiency. Again, sufficiency is, do you even have the level required to actually be in this court? The judge interrupts, but the court went right past the waiver. The judge then turns his attention to Diddy's attorney, Ms. Shapiro, who will also be handling his appeal. Again, Shapiro and Driscoll, they are aces when it comes to technical arguments. This isn't about innocence. This is about technicality, okay? Just trying to see if the other side got caught slipping. The judge turns to Ms. Shapiro. Ms. Shapiro, can you address these arguments? Ms. Shapiro, that's Combs' lawyer, stands up. Your Honor, the Dennis case is on point. The court made clear that statutory construction arguments can be raised under Rule 29. Also, the Lopez case, I actually argued it. Oh, well, oh. Let's see. We're waiting for the U.S. Attorney's response. I will say that Driscoll just literally pulled that thing out and let her know I'm the big dog in this court. She's literally saying, and the Lopez case, they actually won against the U.S. government. Uh, the Shapiro, Diddy's lawyer, is saying, "How you gonna argue with me? Me? I'm King Kong. This is brick by brick. You're arguing cases that I was the lawyer that won. Trust me, babes. I know what the legal reasoning is, and I know what the law is. Now, I'm sure Emily Johnson just rolled her eyes just because you know what the legal reasoning is and you argued that case and you won that case doesn't mean that these facts apply to this case. However, I have said before, they do have a valid legal argument. I don't know how strong it is. That's for the legal arguments and the judge to decide, but they do have a valid legal argument when it comes to the definition of prostituting. Okay. Now, again, the U.S. attorney is trying to get them out on technicalities, just like Diddy's team is trying to get out on technicalities. But anyway, the judge said, okay. Ms. Shapiro, let's put the financial motive to the side. Why wouldn't Mr. Combs be liable under a willfully causing theory? Miss Ventura or Jane furnished the payment for the escorts, but Mr. Combs still had the relative intent, correct? Yo, listen. Um, listen. At the end of the day, he makes a good point. So Diddy's team is trying to argue that one, they did a flex and they said, I built this ish. Shapiro said, I argued Lopez. You can't tell me what Lopez meant. I fought the government and I won, right? I'm sure the government was like, can we move on? Like, baby, this ain't Lopez. His name is Combs, okay? But the judge Aaron is pushing back on Diddy's defense team and saying, put the financial motive aside, because I talked about this in the video. They're trying to act like the only way something can be prostitution is if they hand you cold hard cash. However, the definition is anything of value. That could be a job, that could be a promotion. To all the male YouTubers and fake reporters, that could be getting your little pitiful rent paid via Diddy, right? Anything that you perceive as value in exchange. If Diddy perceives the act of diddling with himself as more valuable than actually being in it to win it, that also is an exchange. He master beautied, that is sexual in nature, and he orchestrated. They're trying to say, well, he didn't get cash from it. He didn't make money from it. And it's like, okay, let's put that aside because he was the payer. He was the one paying, which goes into him being liable. He's asking a specific pointed question. Why wouldn't Diddy be liable under the willfully causing theory? Meaning you had the necessary mens rea. Your mens rea is your necessary mental state to know what's going on. Why couldn't you willfully caused it? He said both Cassie and Jane furnish the payment for escorts. However, one, they were reimbursed by Diddy, but two, Diddy still had the relevant intent because on more than one occasions, there were lots of text messages that show Diddy flew the escorts out, Diddy wanted the escorts, Diddy had the arrangements, Diddy had his team go in and decorate hotel rooms, go in and put the baby oil in hotel rooms. If you didn't know what was going to happen, then why was there baby oil in the hotel rooms? Again, it's getting back into, and this is where U.S. Attorney Emily Johnson, oh, I wish Maureen Comey was there. But this is where U.S. Attorney Emily Johnson really has to shine because you need to go, right? Oh, thank you. Libra poet, what's up, Libra? Said so off topic and no disrespect considering the conversation, but girl, you are glowing. Oh my God, what have you done? Spill the tea. You look stunning. So, y'all want to hear this? I have been on a fitness journey. I was tired of you mofos asking when the baby was due and how many months I was. Bastards. Anyway, right? I was tired of y'all literally being like, nah, Tisa pregnant. Y'all was literally trying to Cardi B me when I'm like, no, I'm not pregnant. I've just been eating, right? And working a lot. So what is it? I've literally just started on a fitness journey. I've been working out, drinking my water, and I unplugged and I've been on vacation, um and just living life. But thank you so much for noticing, Libra Poet. I appreciate that. Okay, so where are we? Hold on. Where are we? Let's see. Are we okay? So that's where thank you so much. So, but anyway, getting back to the whole thing, right? I love Libras. Y'all will stop the world to ask stuff about beauty and baby. We love to see it. We love to see it. The world is, I think every Libra that's killing it right now on social media as far as lifestyle and influence, I think like 80% of them are Libras. So anyway, um they're saying that not only did he do it, but he was the one that had the relative intent. He knew what he was doing. They did it for his pleasure. He agreed they did it for his pleasure. And what did Mark Agnifilo do? It's swinging, even though the National Swingers of America was like, don't put that mess on us. We did not, we don't do that. But like swingers, we're into consent, right? Um, so Shapiro hits back. She says, no, many states finds that prostituti is only when A pays B for smex with A. Here, the government's trying to get around it. But the cases where people watch others having smacks, it's not prostitution. And the actus reus in the Mann Act is transportation. Now, again, Shapiro is getting to the one part that does make me nervous. I feel like at the beginning of the trial, because the government was so sure they were going to get him on RICO before they found out too many people, no, right? Before they found out that the jury just wasn't with it, okay? The government was trying to the government should have said they were prostitutes. They shouldn't allow them to call themselves entertainers, and they shouldn't have been allowed to call themselves escorts. I think they did that for the witnesses, but Diddy's team was using that to be like, well, escorts don't guarantee we didn't really do it. So they're trying to make that thing. Okay. So this is whole argument. Shapiro goes on. Commercial voyeurism is not prostituting. A number of states says there's a Paulino case in New York and a Georgia case, and the government had alleged that a private residence had been used for prostituting, but the court said no, it was voyeurism. Now and again, I'm getting a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I need Emily or some U.S. attorney to literally take the spirit of Maureen Comey and actually jump in and shut this down. All right. Um, where are we? Oh, Shapiro continued. That statute originally had a section about debauchery, which was excised later. The Supreme Court reversed a Seventh Circuit holding that had affirmed a conviction where the defendants had no commercial motive. Okay. Shapiro continues. Traveling interstate for a woman being a mistress or a concubine, yo, She literally called. Well, they can't be mistresses because they're not married. Did she just call Jane and Cassie concubines? The judge said, Shapiro, the Cleveland case said polygamy met the immoral purposes test. Shapiro claps back. Your Honor, respectfully, I disagree. There was a late 19th century case. There was a late 19th century case about immigration. So I'm waiting for the U.S. attorney to actually like jump in, but Judge Aronoff jumped in and said, no, 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 no. Polygamy met the immoral purposes test. Okay. All right. They're still going at it. Shapiro has just respectfully disagreed. Now, again, where is the U.S. attorney?